Complex trauma and PTSD doesn't always look like a wound. Often it looks like a survival strategy. For some, it manifests as a high performance, a relentless drive that the world applauds, but that leaves you exhausted. For others, it looks like numbness, a feeling of being cut off from your own life. These patterns are deeply ingrained, rooted in childhood experiences where you learned that performance was the only way to be safe. Trauma is not just history, it's an echo. It is the past living in your body, reacting to the present. It disconnects you. It creates a wall between you and the people you love. We start with your physiology. We use the top-tier psychology combined with advanced somatic protocols to regulate the nervous system. We have to tell the body that it is safe before the mind can process the story. We turn off the alarm so that you can finally hear yourself think.
So sometimes the trigger of complex trauma and of stress might not even be the surrounding. It might be something that's out of balance in your body. It might be the microbiome, because we know, of course, the importance of the gut-brain axis. It might be a hormonal change that has triggered stress and trauma. It might be the thyroid. It might also be a disease disorder, insulinoma, for instance, or diabetes, prediabetes, that triggers this imbalance, which then leads to stress and to trauma. And this is where I come in, and this is what I look at. And in a very interdisciplinary fashion, with coaches, therapists, and psychiatrists, we then take care of the issue from a holistic point of view.
Human beings are complex, and the symptoms they manifest are just expressing something we have to disentangle. That's our job, to try to truly understand where the problems lay. And it's not just the symptoms, it's about understanding where they come from.
Trauma isn't just a memory. It's a physiological response that gets stuck in the present. You may know you're safe, but your body can still be reacting as if the danger is happening right now. That's why talk therapy alone often isn't enough. Here at Paracelsus, we use somatic protocols and EMDR to bridge that gap, helping the body complete the processing it never had the chance to finish. And as the body finally recognizes that the threat is over, the nervous system can shift out of a constant state of alarm and return to a baseline of calm, often first time in years.
Early recovery can feel over-aroused. We build a science-backed bodywork program, breathwork, therapeutic massage, and yoga, sequenced to your medical findings and therapy load. Like training, change consolidates in rest. We engineer those cycles so the deeper work sticks.
In a group setting, a high-profile client stays hidden. Here, the focus is entirely on you. We pace the work perfectly to your needs. We ensure that you always feel in control, never overwhelmed, so you can process the memory safely without reliving the chaos. We also understand that to silence that echo, you may have reached for relief. Whether this is alcohol, substances, or relentless work, we don't view these as failures. We view them as survival strategies. We treat the trauma and the coping mechanism together. We create a safe environment where you can put down the substance because you no longer need it to numb the pain. The work doesn't end when you leave. It evolves. Your same team stays connected, reviewing your sleep, focus and mood, refining what's needed as life resumes. This continuity is part of the medicine, a living bridge between treatment and real life. Evenings are where most patterns live and where they begin to change. Each client works with a live-in therapist matched carefully to temperament and goals. You are supported by more than 15 specialists, physicians, therapists, and experts, all sharing one record, one plan, and daily communication. Switzerland is not just a location, it's an active ingredient in your recovery. This country holds a centuries-old memory of health and sanctuary. We're not just a clinic, we are a part of a long tradition of restoration. There is a reason the world comes here to heal. When you arrive in Zurich, you step into a culture that values privacy and precision above all else. In a standard medical setting, the environment often works against you. It's sterile, noisy, and unfamiliar. That creates a specific kind of stress. For a high-functioning individual, a drop in your standard of living creates distraction. If you're worrying about your comfort or fighting the logistics of your stay, you're not focused on your health. That is unnecessary noise. We view comfort as a clinical necessity. We deliver our care in a private residence and partner with the Dolder Grand Spa, the best Switzerland has to offer. We know that psychological resistance is a vital diagnostic tool. It tells us where the work needs to be done. But we want to ensure that the only resistance you feel is the one that matters, the internal one. We remove every ounce of external friction, from the texture of the room to the seamlessness of the service, so that nothing stands between you and the clinical work.
We are the connective brain between your results and your plate. With our dietitians and chefs, we design a culinary healing experience you actually enjoy. Timing meals, balancing glucose, reducing inflammation, so you feel good while you eat and still feel good after.
The experience is end-to-end. We organize private aviation and meet you on the tarmac. A Bentley transfer brings you directly to the door. You do not touch a bag. You do not navigate a terminal. Our team acts as the defenders of your time. We handle the logistics, the security, and the details invisibly. You do not have to trade your lifestyle to get your health back. Speak privately with a lead physician today.